Welcome to a special hour-long edition of World News tonight from the campus of Virginia Tech, where this community has united to share the pain from the deadliest shooting spree in U.S. history.
What has happened to these beloved members of our family has brought us even closer together in our shared grief and our disbelief.
A killer revealed. Authorities say he was a student who began arming himself a month ago. Tonight, the disturbed writings that reveal a troubled soul. Were they signs of the bloodshed to come? The memorials revealing the true character of those who were lost. The students, teachers, and heroes who touched so many lives before theirs were suddenly cut short. Tonight, campus tragedy, massacre at Virginia Tech.
From ABC News, this is World News with Charles Gibson, reporting tonight from Blacksburg, Virginia.
And good evening from the campus of Virginia Tech, where tonight students, parents, and authorities are trying to make sense of what is ultimately an incomprehensible act, the cold-blooded murder of 32 people. And now the people here know it was done by one of their own. Today we learned the gunman was a 23-year-old undergraduate named Sung-hee Cho, originally from South Korea. Authorities are getting some insight into his state of mind after discovering a disturbing, almost deranged note that he wrote yesterday and other older writings that he left behind. For the families and friends, memorials are revealing more about the students and professors who died. In their honor, flags around the country are flying at half-staff. Tonight, the survivors, their stories, the shooter, his background, the victims, what's happening on other campuses, and an interview with the president who came here today. But we're going to begin with ABC's David Muir. David?
Charlie, good evening to you. On a day when this campus learned just who the gunman was, that was not the important thing, at least not here. What was their first chance for this campus community to come together, and they did so by the tens of thousands. It was powerful for them and for the president, too.
They came by the thousands, looking for something, anything that would help ease the unimaginable pain of these last 24 hours. There were so many students, the Coliseum soon filled, and they began to fill the neighboring stadium, too. They needed this. They needed to hear that the president and the nation understood their pain.
Laura and I have come to Blacksburg today with hearts full of sorrow.
There were heavy hearts in the stands, too, as the president spoke of what began as an ordinary Monday at Virginia Tech.
By the end of the morning, it was the worst day of violence on a college campus in American history. And for many of you here today, it was the worst day of your lives.
This was the first opportunity for this campus to gather, and the enormity of it all weighed heavily on the students, the parents, and the professors who came today. For one man, it was too much. Music from the Virginia Tech Corps of Cadets was followed with a chorus of tears. As this remarkable scene played out, so did another, not far from the school, at Montgomery Hospital, where doctors marveled at their patients, the surviving students, and what they did to save their friends' lives and their own.
He wrapped a wire cord from apparently an something electrical was in that classroom. He wrapped it tightly, and I think he had one of the other students help him wrap this around his leg because he knew he was bleeding to death.
We heard from one of those wounded survivors today.
One of the worst things a human being can smell is death. You're in a room not real large. I mean, it's enough to hold about 30 people, and you have all that carnage laying on the ground.
And from the parents of the wounded, many of whom traveled several states, there was relief that their children were still alive.
He's had a lot of support from his family. And the hospital has been great.
And back at the Coliseum, for the president of the college, who's had to answer tough questions about his school's response to the shootings, there was nothing but a standing ovation.
Did it make a difference for you?
Yeah, to see everybody there after what had happened, it was pretty special to see all our fellow Hokies there with us, kind of mourning the loss together.
There is a candlelight vigil planned for this evening on the campus, their second chance to come together as a community this evening, Charlie. And coming out of this convocation today, I talked with so many of the students. They said their favorite part, the Go Hokies cheer, their fighting spirit certainly still alive here.
And we're going to hear that a little bit later. David Muir reporting tonight in Blacksburg. Thanks. Well, now we turn to the killer. As we said, he was a student at Virginia Tech, Sung-Hee Cho by name. We are only beginning to learn about him, but long before today, some people had become alarmed by his behavior. So ABC's Pierre Thomas reports tonight from Cho's hometown in Northern Virginia.
This is the man police say is responsible for the massacre at Virginia's largest university. Sung-Hee Cho is a 23-year-old English major whose family came to the U.S. from South Korea in 1992. They lived in a quiet community that is now stunned by what Cho appears to have done.
Last year, we might have taken our children to trick-or-treat in the house and never thought anything about it because it's been a safe neighborhood.
And there's never any indication of anything was wrong.
Before enrolling at Virginia Tech, he attended this high school, Westfield High. He is seen here in this yearbook photo. Two of its victims also graduated from Westfield.
The principal came on and told us about the two victims from the Virginia Tech shootings, and he said that there were counselors available. A lot of the teachers were grieving and upset today, and you could definitely tell.
At Virginia Tech, Cho was an enigma to many.
Was that he was a loner, and we're having difficulty trying to find information about him.
Professor Lucinda Roy, who taught Cho English, said what disturbed her most were his writings. She said he wrote plays about pedophilia and murder. Professor Roy became so concerned she called authorities, but nothing could be done because Cho had not broken any law.
I would go to the police and to counselors and to student affairs and everywhere else, and they would say, but there's nothing explicit here. He's not actually saying he's going to kill someone. And my argument was he seemed so disturbed anyway that we needed to do something about this.
Law enforcement sources tell ABC News they have uncovered even more disturbing writings. Sources say they found a long note in Cho's dorm room, shown here, which describes his hatred for rich students and others on campus. One passage allegedly read, "You caused me to do this." And there was growing evidence, police say, that Cho was planning this attack for some time. Police believe the suspect used at least two weapons during the rampage, a 9mm Glock like this and a .22 caliber Walther pistol similar to this one. The 9mm gun and ammunition were bought for $571 on March 13th at Roanoke Firearms, about 30 miles from Tech's campus. The owner told ABC News he is devastated.
I was heartbroken. I mean, it was hard enough to watch all the horrible things that he did, and then to find out that the gun came from my shop. It was just terrible.
While Cho's anger and depression may have been evident in his writings, his exact motive remains unclear. Police have been investigating whether he was romantically interested in the first female victim who was killed. Tonight, police are poring over the computer from Cho's dorm room, trying to find more answers, Charlie, to what caused this national nightmare.
ABC's Pierre Thomas in Centerville, Virginia. Well, I had opportunities today to talk with students, among them two young girls who were on the second floor of Norris Hall when the shooting began. They helped jam a table against the door of their classroom to keep the shooter out, and they succeeded. But as they huddled on the floor, pressing the legs of the table against the door, he fired high, sending bullets through the door right above their head. And one boy who was due to be in class in Norris Hall but overslept, hitting his snooze alarm 8 times. So many young people, so many extraordinary stories.
When we heard the gunshots from Norris, like initially we thought it was construction, but then when we saw the police, starting to roll up in their cars, like we realized what was going on.
When did you hear the first shots?
9:40, exactly. I was looking at my watch. I was seeing how much minutes were left, for math class to be over with, and right when I looked down, I was like, oh, 15 minutes, boom, and then you just hear a loud crack, followed by bam, bam, bam. I am the closest one to the door, so I got up and I went in the hallway. And that's when I saw the professor across from me had this horrified look on his face. And then a few seconds later, I caught a glimpse out of the corner of my eye, and I saw the shooter. And he had just walked out of the classroom and was walking down the hall towards our classroom.
And how would you describe his facial expression, his demeanor?
He was blank. just no expression. He was walking, he didn't raise his gun fast. I mean, he slowly raised it, or at least that maybe he did it fast. I mean, it felt slow.
The students who were in room 205 tell us that Cho came from the other end of the hallway and opened fire on many classrooms, including 2 where German and engineering classes were being held.
One of our classmates, Zach, just says we need to block the door, like he's coming for our classroom next. And we threw a table up against the door, and sure enough, 2 seconds after we threw that table against the door, he was at our handle trying to get in, pushing against the door. Then he started firing bullets through our door, and we're lying on the ground, and they're going over us.
And you could feel him, Teresa, pushing against the door?
I could see it. She had felt him pushing. I mean, he had tried twice to push it open, and they were like stronger than him. I mean, 4 people or so pushing on the table, and after that, I mean, you could feel the bullets. Like you could feel how the vibrations of each gunshot.
What did he do outside your door?
And he shot bam, 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 and like he didn't stop until his clip was empty, and you heard the clip hit the ground right outside our door. He reloaded and started again, and the only silence you heard the entire time throughout all the shooting was when he had to reload.
But do you have any sense how long the shooting continued?
It continued for probably 10 to 15 minutes that he was running back and forth just up and down the hallway of him shooting. And then that ended, and we didn't get help. The police didn't come. We didn't get out of the room until 40 minutes probably after the first shot, so till 10:20. We actually, the police came and rescued us from our room.
Did everybody stay calm? Were people scared? What was it like?
Everyone was scared but calm. Everyone kept their composure. Everyone was quiet. We knew we had to be silent, because if we were to be loud, we were just gonna. He would just know there's life, and he would want to shoot more at us. So everyone was quiet, and everyone in my class did a great job.
When he came out, can you still see the gun in your mind?
Yeah, it won't go away. It won't. Like if I close my eyes, it's there. I know exactly what it looks like. I know what kind it is. I mean, I know what it sounds like. I can't get it out.
But everybody in your class survived?
Everybody.
And if you hadn't put the table up against the door?
No one would have. There was 10 or 11 of us. Be the easiest kills he had done that entire day. With nowhere to run.
Tell me how kids are reacting, how they're handling it, how you're handling it personally.
It's such a huge travesty, because now it's like Virginia Tech has the highest killing in U.S. history. And it's like, that's my school. That happened when I was standing outside of that building.
We all grieve differently, and we all grieve in different ways. But I haven't been able to sleep. I can't eat much. My parents are coming down tonight. I've just been with friends and roommates. I can't, we all slept in the living room because I couldn't be alone. I just haven't been handling it very, very well.
And tell me about you. How you doing?
Just spending a lot of time with friends, and just whenever I see someone I know, giving them a hug. It's never felt so good before.
Just be with the people that you love. Such great kids. And when our special coverage from Virginia Tech continues, remembering the victims, young and old. Some died as heroes, but all of them died too soon. And high anxiety at colleges across the nation, struggling to strike a balance between tighter security and an open campus. We'll be back.
When mucus causes chest congestion and coughing, it can be a late night.
Here's mucus. We'll be up all night. And now, a word from Mucinex DM. Mucinex DM!
Mucinex DM breaks up mucus and quiets coughing.
Uh-oh. We're off the air!
And Mucinex DM lasts for 12 hours.
They need a new gig.
Mucinex in, mucus out.
Just because I'm a doctor doesn't mean I don't worry about my cholesterol.
Inventor of the Jarvik artificial heart, Dr. Robert Jarvik.
For many people like me, diet and exercise aren't enough. But adding Lipitor significantly lowers bad cholesterol, 39 to 60%. I take it because it does more than that. Unlike some cholesterol medicines, Lipitor is FDA approved to reduce the risk of heart attack and stroke if you have several common risk factors for heart disease. And Lipitor is one of the most researched medicines. You don't have to be a doctor to appreciate that. Lipitor is not for everyone, including people with liver problems and women who are nursing, pregnant, or may become pregnant. You need simple blood tests to check for liver problems. Tell your doctor if you're taking other medications or if you have any muscle pain or weakness. This may be a sign of a rare but serious side effect. Lipitor is one of many treatment options to consider with your doctor. Lowering cholesterol is important, but could you be doing more with Lipitor? Ask your doctor. Don't wait.
So I'm here with George, and let me ask you this. Was it heavy lifting that beam?
Oh, yeah. It hurts sometimes.
I bet, man. It seems to be our lower back that ends up having all the pain. Do you ever just get stuck?
Oh, yeah. Been there a number of times.
So what do you do when you get stuck?
I take a bear and unstick it.
Upright is good.
Upright is very good.
Bayer aspirin. Painkiller, lifesaver. Bayer aspirin. Expect wonders.
Expect wonders.
Wait a minute, that's my line. Beneful? Beneful? You're definitely thinking Beneful. Uh-huh. With wholesome grains, real beef, even carrots and peas. You love the taste. I love the carbohydrates for energy and protein for muscles. You only think you're getting spoiled. Spoiled? And it's good for you too.
Real wholesome ingredients, 4 different ways. Healthful, flavorful, Beneful.
Officials here at Virginia Tech announced today that Norris Hall, the classroom building where the second round of shootings occurred, will be closed for the rest of the semester. It was in Norris that 30 of the victims were killed, and one by one today we've been learning some names, although still not all, and the stories that go with the names. Here's ABC's Dan Harris.
Emily Hilscher, 19 years old, a freshman, was one of the first 2 people to die. She was from rural Virginia, an animal lover who wanted to be a veterinarian.
Imagine the girl that's, friends with everybody. She'll laugh at you, she'll laugh with you. She was just an amazing person.
Ryan Clark reportedly died when rushing to Emily Hilscher's aid. He was 22 years old, played in the school band, had 3 majors, and wanted to be a neurosurgeon.
He loved anyone that he ever met. He loved children. If you needed help, he was there to help you. Just everyone that knows him just knows how loving he was and knows that no matter what, he was always there.
The rest of the victims died hours later at Norris Hall. They include freshman Rima Samaha. She attended the same high school as the gunman in Centerville, Virginia. She loved dancing and theater.
Once I heard, shooting at Tech, my heart just sunk.
We kept trying to call, and she wasn't answering.
So we drove down here just, praying for the best, but just, preparing ourselves for the worst, and that's what we got. We got the worst.
Freshman Mary Reed struggled to adjust to life on campus, but she had just started making friends.
She'd always smiling, always laughing. We'd make fun of her just because she would smile so much. But
freshman Matt Laporte, an aspiring Air Force intelligence officer, often said he'd turned his life around while attending military high school. The tentacles of this tragedy reach well beyond Virginia Tech here in the Blue Ridge Mountains of Virginia. These deaths have caused anguish for families around the country and around the world. In India, the family of engineering professor G.V. Loganathan is still trying to absorb a massacre half a world away. Professor Loganathan was chosen 4 times by students as the Faculty Member of the Year, according to his longtime friend and colleague, Bill Nockey.
A tremendous human being. I never heard G.V. say an evil word about anyone.
In Israel, they're calling Professor Liviu Librescu a hero. One of his students says Librescu blocked the door of his classroom long enough for some students to escape out the window. Librescu survived the Holocaust, only to die at age 76, along with 31 other people, cut down in a spasm of senseless, homicidal rage. Dan Harris, ABC News, Blacksburg, Virginia.
And when our special coverage from Virginia Tech continues, the search for campus security. How effectively can colleges protect their students?
I have COPD with chronic bronchitis, which makes it hard to breathe. But now that I'm breathing better with Advair, I can cheer my grandson to victory.
For people with COPD with chronic bronchitis, great news. Advair helps significantly improve lung function. While nothing can reverse COPD, Advair is different from other medications because it's the only product with an anti-inflammatory and a bronchodilator working together to help you breathe better. Advair won't replace fast-acting inhalers for sudden symptoms and should not be used more than twice a day. Lung infections, including pneumonia, have been reported with Advair. Taking Advair may increase your risk for osteoporosis and some eye problems. Tell your doctor if you have a heart condition or high blood pressure before taking Advair, and ask about the risks and benefits of continuing Advair after 6 months.
Thanks for coming, Grandpa.
I wouldn't have missed it. Ask your doctor how Advair helps improve lung function for better breathing.
Find out how to get your first full prescription free at advaircopd.com.
If kids love to eat healthy, you wouldn't need the nutrients in Florida orange juice. One 8-ounce glass counts as almost 25% of your fruit and vegetable servings. Florida orange juice. Healthy, pure, and simple.
This is a very uncomfortable situation. Sales of flatulent. I've remained silent but deadly about this problem so far.
Got gas on your mind? Gas X Thin Strips dissolve quickly and relieve gas fast. Gas X. Pressure's off.
We have Medicare supplement insurance because, well, there are gaps in your Medicare coverage that Medicare supplement insurance will
Supplement?
It's exactly what it does.
Mutual of Omaha Insurance Company. Insure life. Begin today.
With all you hear about menopause and hormone therapy on TV, from your friends, it's confusing. How do you know what's really true? You talk to your doctor. The best source of information about the hot flashes, night sweats, and other changes you may be experiencing. And you can get information at nomenopause.com to help prepare for when you see your doctor. Together, you can make decisions that are right for you. Get the facts. Get to your doctor or healthcare professional.
What happened here in Virginia is causing colleges across the country to take a fresh look at their safety procedures. Several campuses were closed or cleared today because of bomb threats or scares, either real or perceived. There was no actual violence at any of them. College officials in charge of security are focused on violence. Not easy to prevent when campuses everywhere are so open and so accessible. Here's ABC's Dean Reynolds.
At St. Edward's University in Austin, Texas, news of danger on campus this morning was spread the old-fashioned way.
Someone ran in, said bomb threat, so we all just kind of hurried out of the classroom.
The school posted a warning on its website, too, but to an increasing number of campuses now, that method, to say nothing of the trusty word-of-mouth alert, is dangerously out of date.
What all campuses should be doing right now is reviewing their plans.
Many campuses almost reflexively beefed up their police presence today, while others were modernizing beyond the rent-a-cop stage to address campus threats well before Monday's bloodbath at Blacksburg. But here is where the culture of security clashes with the culture of academia, where the hardline approach to protection runs up against the openness that is the hallmark of higher education.
The openness is essential to the business of education in this country, and so we absolutely have to maintain that.
In 2007, security experts say that is too risky.
We cannot stay in this state of mind today. We are post 9/11, we are post Columbine, we have learned nothing.
So there are calls for expanded camera surveillance, limiting campus access to outsiders, better police training, and certainly more rapid notification than that which took place at Virginia Tech yesterday. Instantaneous text messaging is one way, such as here at Bowie State University in Maryland.
We deliver information the same way that today's students consume information.
The word goes out to any student who subscribes. They're implementing a similar system at Loyola Marymount University in Los Angeles.
It's unfortunate that we need such a tragic example to show people how vital instant communication is.
Indeed, the message service provider working at Loyola was in contact with officials from another school just months ago about possibly doing the same for them. The school was Virginia Tech. Dean Reynolds, ABC News, Chicago.
And we'll be back with more as our special coverage from the campus of Virginia Tech continues.
Cholesterol. It can come from bow tie pasta, but also from your grandfather Bo. From that pie, creamy banana. And your mom, Juliana. A healthy diet is important. When that's not enough, adding Vytorin can help. Cholesterol comes from two sources, food and family. Vytorin treats two sources. Only Vytorin helps block the absorption of cholesterol from food and reduces the cholesterol your body makes naturally. Vytorin was also proven in clinical studies to lower bad cholesterol more than Lipitor alone, more than Crestor alone. Vytorin is not for everyone, including people with liver problems, women who are nursing, pregnant, or may become pregnant. Tell your doctor right away about unexplained muscle pain or weakness, which may be a sign of a rare but serious side effect. Certain medicines or foods may increase your risk of getting this serious side effect. Simple blood tests are needed to check for liver problems. So eat right, stay active, but if that's not enough, ask your doctor about adding Vytorin, two sources of cholesterol. Treat them both with Vytorin.
Presenting Miracle Grow Liquifeed, the only garden feeder that works with ready-to-use liquid Miracle Grow. It's a revolutionary way to grow a great garden. Liquifeed makes feeding as easy as watering. No measuring, mixing, or guessing. Just attach, insert, and feed. Plants get the perfect balance of water and nutrients to grow twice as big. Now, nothing can hold you or your garden back. Liquifeed from Miracle Grow.
Another night, he should have used Preparation H.
It could be allergies getting to you, but irritants can cause your symptoms too.
Astelin is seasonal allergy medicine, also approved for nasal symptoms caused by irritants.
Most common side effects may include bitter taste, headache, nasal inflammation or burning, and drowsiness.
Astelin!
Come on, Moose.
Your dog's one of a kind, like no other. And now you have the power to add up to 2 healthy years to his life. A groundbreaking 14-year study by Purina proves that puppy chow, then dog chow nutrition fed properly over a lifetime helps add up to 2 quality years with your dog. Long live your buddy. Long live your dog. Purina Puppy Chow and Purina Dog Chow.
The votes are in.
You just don't know what to expect.
Who will survive?
For one of them, the journey ends tonight.
And Macy Gray takes center stage, live. Dancing with the Stars, the results. Tonight, 9/8 Central, only on ABC.
Some of our stations will be leaving us now, but for those who will continue with the second hour of this expanded edition of World News, we'll have my conversation with President Bush on the killings. Also, how the gunman purchased the murder weapon, Virginia's controversial gun laws. How lax are they? Brian Ross investigates. And then the 2 plays written by the gunman, Sung Hee Cho. They are deeply disturbing. Were they a warning of the tragedy to come here? For now, I'm Charles Gibson in Blacksburg, Virginia.
Why did this happen? How did this happen? What don't we know about the shooter, the victims, the investigation? Tonight at 10, Diane Sawyer, Chris Cuomo, a powerful ABC News primetime special, Campus Killings, Tragedy at Virginia Tech.